Hey, what's going on, guys? So it's finally warming up here in Nebraska. We've had a couple of weeks where temperatures were, below zero, minus 20, minus 30 with wind chill. So it's finally starting to warm up. The sun's coming out, so it's time to get all that salt and brine off of the cars. But I have this new product called Salt's Gone that I'm gonna try out. It's about $60 for this 1 gallon jug, but the dilution ratio is 1 to 100, so this should last quite a bit of time. I'm planning on putting this in my little aerator that I got from Ammo NYC, and I'm going to just do a quick test on my girlfriend's car. She hasn't had a chance to wash it yet, so I'm going to do a quick test on the front end of her car using this and my Ryobi portable pressure washer. So let's do it. Alright, so I've got my Ammo NYC aerator that I'm going to be using. So I've been using this with the Ammo NYC frothy salt removal solution. So I'm hoping, which does a pretty good job, but I am curious to see what this Salt's Gone is capable of doing. I think I'll probably do a combination of Salt's Gone for an initial rinse and then finish off with Ammo Frothy. Okay, so like I said earlier, the dilution ratio is 1 to 100, so I'm going to be putting in 40 fluid ounces of water into this guy, and I'm going to be doing 0.4 fluid ounces of Salt's Gone. Just measure it up real quick. Okay, that's pretty good. So I'm going to pour that into my aerator. Fill this guy up to 40. So we've got 40 ounces of Salt's Gone and water solution. So let's go ahead and give it a try. Okay, so here's my girlfriend's car. Hopefully you could see, but there's a good bit of salt on the front end of the vehicle. So I'm just going to basically rinse the entire front end with water, and then I will spray the Salt's Gone on one side and then rinse it off, just to have a quick comparison on how well it does with a light amount of pressure. Okay, so I've got my Ryobi little pressure washer thing, so let's just give it a good spray down real quick. Got my solution all in my aerator, so let's go ahead and see what this guy can do. Hopefully I can try and keep it isolated to one half of the car. Okay, so we'll let that sit for about 20 seconds. Okay, now that that's sat for about 20-30 seconds, let's rinse it off. Okay, so now that that's all rinsed off, we can let it dry, and just mostly want to see how much residue is still left on the car, to see if the Salt's Gone solution actually removed any of it. So while we're here, might as well work on this side of the car as well. Okay, so now we can just let it all dry and see how it looks in a couple of hours after drying in the sun. Okay, so you can see this is the side of the car. It did a pretty good job getting most of the salt off. You can still see that there's still some residue left on here. You can kind of just wipe it away, but that probably has to do a lot with just the lack of pressure from my Ryobi portable pressure washer. So here's the front of the car. So again, didn't do too bad of a job. I think it got a lot of the salt off. Like I said, most of the residue that was left over is just from a lack of pressure from my Ryobi pressure washer. So not a bad job. I think the product's pretty good. I will be using it on my car. That's got quite a bit more salt on it. So we'll see how that turns out. So what do I think about this product? It's okay. Yeah, the way that it's marketed in their ads and stuff, they make it kind of seem like you could just spray it on, rinse it off, and it would get all of the residue and salt off of your vehicle. Based off my initial test, it seems to get most of the salt off of the vehicle, but it still leaves a good bit of residue. Now, I think if I was using a high pressure power washer from like a car wash bay, it would probably have gotten a significant amount of residue off of the vehicle, but I still don't think it's going to leave a completely clean and residue-free vehicle. So, in my opinion, it's by no means a game changer, but it's probably still better than nothing. And like I said, for just doing a quick wash with a low pressure, a low powered pressure washer, it did a pretty decent job for what it is, for basically just being a quick rinse. I don't think this is a replacement for a full contact car wash where you're wiping panels down with a sponge or a towel. But like I said, in a pinch and during cold weather, run to a car wash bay, spray this stuff on, spray it off with a power washer, and it should get a good bit of salt off of the car. There probably are a lot of cheaper options out there that are very similar, but this stuff is at least marketed as being pH neutral and it's safe on wax and ceramic coatings. So hopefully that's true, since I just ceramic coated my 328 wagon. So that's what I'm going to be trying this stuff on next. In terms of value, I think this is about $60 for this gallon jug, and I mean, I think this is going to last several winters, since it has that 1:100 dilution ratio. So I think it's good value for your money, and like I said, it does an okay job, but if you're expecting a completely salt-free, residue-free vehicle, it's just not going to happen, unless you really spray it down and give it 2 or 3 spray downs. In a pinch, it's not bad. Can't say I would recommend this stuff over the Ammo NYC Frothy, because I feel like that does a better job of cleaning the vehicle when you're doing a contact-free wash, but that stuff is significantly more expensive. So yeah, I'm excited to see how this does on my ceramic coated vehicle. So hopefully I can get that done in the next week or so. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Peace.